Hey girl, hey. So, if you've gone to refill your estrogen patch lately and you've been told it's not available, let me assure you, and you probably already know this, but you're not alone. It's happening to a lot of us. It seems that women all over the country are pharmacy hopping right now, being switched to different brands without conferring with them, not being warned, and being told to try gels or pills instead. Some of us are out here rationing or cutting our patches or leaving them on longer, which we know it's probably not safe. And I know that it's not going to deliver probably consistent hormone levels. And if you've checked the news or social media or an independent news source, you're going to hear that because the black box label was removed, demand surged and supply couldn't keep up. But here's the thing, and I'm going to go out on a limb on this one, and you're going to find this data out there as well, so go look for it. I feel that explanation is incomplete. And I think you deserve a fuller picture, because it is not just a supply chain story. This is more a story about what happens when women's health isn't prioritized. And our medicine is an afterthought in the system and built around profit. All right, so let's start with the number that they keep leading with, okay? By February of 2026, about 5 in every 100 women aged 45 to 54 had been prescribed estrogen-based HRT, hormone replacement therapy. That's according to NBC News, April 2026. 5%. That is the number that supposedly broke the system. Let it sit with you for a second. Think about that. Feel that. For 20 years, less than 5% of women who needed HRT, hormone replacement therapy, were getting it. According to the Grossman School of Medicine, Reuters, NBC News, April 2026. And now that number is starting to grow. Just starting to grow. And the infrastructure collapses. This is not a demand problem. This is a system that was never actively built to serve us. And guess what? There's a specific reason why. Estrogen patches are generic drugs. Generic meaning off patent, low cost, low profit margins. Again, NBC News, April 2026, and Reuters, April 2026. And when there is no profit margin worth protecting, there's no financial incentive. No incentive to invest in the infrastructure and make more of them. So what do the manufacturers do? Kept production exactly where it was for years. Because the math said, why would we? Why would we increase production? And here's the part that made my jaw drop just a little bit, even though a lot in here doesn't exactly surprise me anymore. But just 2 companies are responsible for making the majority of estradiol patches for the entire United States. 2 companies. 2. For a country of 330 million people, millions of women in perimenopause and menopause who need this medication. 2 companies. And the major manufacturers, Amneal, Zydus, Sandoz, Novin, and Viardis, all have doses in shortage right now. That is according to the American Society of Health Systems Pharmacist Shortage List of 2026. Building new manufacturing facilities does take years. Long-term supply contracts mean manufacturers cannot quickly pivot when the system changes. So the system's not broken. The system is in fact working exactly how it was designed. It just wasn't designed with us in mind. Now, we're going to talk about something. I'm going to introduce this to you that you may have never heard of. It was new to me too. It's a PBM, Pharmacy Benefit Manager. PBMs are the companies that sit between your insurance company and the pharmacy. They decide what drugs are covered, at what price, through which pharmacies, and I bet you've never interacted with one in person. But every time you pick up a prescription, they were involved. 3 PBMs process the majority of prescriptions filed in the United States. Are you ready for this? They are CVS Caremark, Express Scripts, and Optum Rx. Now, where this gets important is each of those PBMs is owned by a major health insurance company. CVS Caremark is part of CVS Health, which also owns Aetna. Express Scripts is owned by Cigna, and Optum Rx is owned by United Health Group. So the same corporate structure that decides where your HRT is covered or not also owns the company that decides which brands are on the approved list, which may also own the pharmacy that you're standing in. And there's even evidence that contracts between manufacturers and PBMs with rebates and price concessions built in can actually discourage pharmacies from stocking competing brands. According to menopause pharmacist Dr. Holly Wakelin, PharmD, Substack, April 2026. So the pharmacist behind the counter is not the problem. They probably do not know the intricacies of those multi-million-dollar contracts. They're quite literally just caught in the same system as me and you. And then there's this. The alternatives, the gels, the creams, the sprays are less likely covered by insurance. So we're told your patch isn't available. And then we're told, maybe, here are the alternatives. Oh, and then we're told the alternatives are not covered. This is literally what I've been going through for the last month. And depending on your insurance, switching to a different brand of patch that is in stock is not covered either. Again, I went through that. I mean, the amount of calls that I made between my insurance company, the pharmacy, and my doctor in the last month were insane. Not to mention the DM messages that I was putting in my chart. It's like we're trapped. The covered medication is unavailable. The available medications are unaffordable. And the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, has not even officially listed estrogen patches on their drug shortage list, according to NBC News, May 2026. Being on that list, get this, would trigger actions like identifying backup suppliers and extending expiration dates. Nobody's pulled that lever. Not yet. So what can you do? First, I wouldn't suggest cutting your patch or rationing it. I don't know that it's safe, and it may not deliver consistent levels. The next thing I would do would be to call around. I've done it. I did it the last month. Independent pharmacies may have stock that chain pharmacies don't. Third, ask your pharmacy to transfer the prescription. I did that. I did not have much luck, but I did end up getting it sent from a CVS that is close to my home, 2 minutes away, to a CVS that was an hour away, different brand, but I was able to pick it up. Make it make sense. It's not always an option to transfer your script, but ask. I've done it with CVS multiple times. Fourth is ask your provider about a compounding pharmacy, which is a pharmacy that mixes medications to order. This can be a bridge when shortages happen, or if they continue. Fifth, online pharmacies like Cost Plus Drugs and the HRT Club have reported a more consistent supply. And sixth, you can talk to your provider about the effectiveness of a gel or a spray or a pill for your body in the interim. Ask specifically about this, though, before switching, because it changes the game, especially if you go to a pill, especially if you have any medical conditions. And seventh, use a tool called MedFinder. It searches real-time pharmacy availability by your zip code. So here's what I want you to walk away knowing. There is a system out there that wasn't built by us or for us. And unless we get loud about it, nothing's going to change. This is a system that spent 20 years, potentially, scaring women away from HRT based off of faulty science and data, or making it impossible to access. This is unfortunately what it looks like when our health is treated like a niche problem. And this is why these conversations matter. Not just for you, it's for everybody coming up behind you and the people that are ahead of you whom all could use a little help. So go grab the 82 symptom guide in the description that I made for you if you haven't got it yet. Share this with somebody, share this video with somebody, share the 82 symptom guide with somebody who is struggling to get help or to feel heard or to not feel like they're losing their mind. We all deserve to know what's going on. We all deserve to have a voice in this conversation. Drop a comment. Tell me what's going on for you right now. I want to know, because these are the things that fuel what we talk about in here. Have you been able to get your patch? What did your pharmacy have? Have you switched around from pharmacies? Have you pharmacy hopped? I read every single comment and I reply to every single comment, me personally. And as always, nothing I share is medical advice. I am not a doctor. I am not your doctor. I'm a holistic nutrition student, mother of 2, and woman living through perimenopause in real time. I will see you on the next one. All my love. And if you haven't done something to love yourself today, please go do that. And if you don't know what that looks like, send me a DM. I'll help you out.